Most of us weren't taught about investing as a child. At best, we were taught about saving. My question is, how can you save with no income? Most parents don't think about their child's future until they are 2 or 3 years away from college. Imagine if your parents had saved and invested for 18 years versus 2 or 3. Imagine if your parents had taught you how to invest from the time you were born. For the first time ever, there's a book that offers a gentle approach to the stock market, investing, and showing kids and parents how to attain their financial goals. Geared towards children, but great for parents. Wesley Learns to Invest follows Wesley and his dad as they walk through a financial journey from discovering what the stock market is, to choosing the right stocks, making a purchase, and receiving a dividend check. Available hard copy, soft copy, and electronic at lulu.com, July 2015. Also available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, August 2015. For more helpful tips and tutorials, log on to youtube.com/Royal Financial Investment Group.
Now that the commercials are over, welcome to the Royal Financial Investment Group again. As always, this is your host, Prince Dykes here, coming to you guys with this new segment that I'm creating. It's going to be called Market Talk with me. And today I'll be going over what's going on around not today, but Market Talk. It'll be about what's going on around the world, talking about, different ways we can invest and stuff like that, upcoming things or whatever. And, as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and all the good stuff. And that's it. I don't have a lot of time. I definitely know you guys don't have a lot of time. So let's get straight into this topic. So, first of all, what's going on? So, let's start with Greece. So, Greece, the ECB, the European Central Bank, it pretty much had a meeting, and they came out and said, hey, you know what? We're going to give this bailout to Greece. We're going to extend their funds, all of the good stuff. So if you paid attention to what I've been saying about Greece, it's pretty much panned out exactly like I said it was going to happen. Everybody was like, they're going to leave the euro and all this other stuff. I said, well, you got to look at it. The euro is already weak. The last blow they need is for Greece to pull off the euro. Now, on the other hand, Greece has been having financial problems for some years. And, when Greece announced that they were when they finally came out and said, Greece, you need to, when not finally came out, when they said, Greece, hey, you know what? We're not giving you guys any more money. You guys are going to have to deal with it and figure all this stuff out. Greece is like, well, we don't want to figure it out. Whatever they was going, they had a little pulls back and forth. But now they fired their financial minister and they got a new person in and they're going to reconstruct everything. Greece needs some reconstruction. I mean, come on. I mean, really, you guys been having problems for 10 years. You can't pay people back, all the other good stuff. So they have to reform things as far as, what they're paying out in pensions and, taxes or whatever. They need to reform if you haven't gotten it done yet. So that's what the whole stipulation was. That's what the whole deal was. That, hey, Greece, we're going to give you these funds. We're going to let you stay on the euro, but you're going to have to change this and change that and change that. So, which is a good thing. When you're in a situation where you are filing bankrupt and you've been in a situation for over a decade, 10, 20 years, always having financial issues, can't pay your bills, then you might need somebody else to step in and kind of help guide you. So that's a good thing. But the thing was how to profit off of that was you can see here, when I have Greece here, I have the symbol of GRK, which is about Greece. And you can see here we had a huge drop off when they closed those banks. When they closed those banks and the bank teller said you can't get your money, huge drop-off came. When that huge drop-off came, what did I tell you guys? I said, hey, it's a good time to probably get some Greece. And on top of that, when you get it, they also pay a dividend, so collect a dividend as well. So, boom. So this was a good time. As you kind of see, had its little ups and downs and shakes. And this is where it's at today. So I thought it was a good time to get with Greece. So Greece is kind of on the up and up. Now, on the other side of the world, let's go to China. China the other day, man, they just had some volatile days over the week, going all over the place, market going up, down, sideways, all the good stuff. So when they had this big crash, I went in and brought a bunch of their stocks over there. Not a bunch of them, but I've got a couple of their companies that I shared in the video. And the reason why is the Asian market, they own half the debt of the U.S. and they're not going anywhere anytime soon. But it's just like everybody else. Every country has its ups and downs. It also has its swings. The U.S. market right now is pretty strong. So other countries are not doing so well. So I look at it as, you know what? this is the time to buy some. This is the time to invest in other companies, other countries around the world. Because you got to think about it. When the U.S. market was down in 2008, you had Europe that was doing well and China that was doing well. Now the U.S. is doing good. They're doing bad. So it's a constant swing. So when I see these countries have bad times, I go in and buy stock in China. Now, China, the thing about China, which is so great, is it's not a democracy. It's not a free enterprise. You just can't go over there and just start a business and just do what you want to do. You have to get permission from the government. They controls who do what. They controls this and that. And the thing about that is that it creates situations to where if you are in charge of the oil in China, it's only going to be one or two companies over there. And another company just can't come in there and just start without China's permission. They may not allow them. So that would just kind of monopolize one company, one country. And if that country pays a dividend, might be a good country to roll with. That's China itself. But China's going through some things. They think that it's going to have another big crash of what's going on over there. But I just look at it as it's just market cycles. That's purely how I look at it. I say, hey, you know what? They're having a hard time right now. When I see countries fall off and they have a hard time, that's when I look and I find good stocks to pick in on. So that's what's going over in China. Moving right along, keeping it moving out in Europe. Europe has the euro. The euro has been getting this behind whooped by the dollar. The dollar is pretty strong. The euro is not doing so good, but it's kind of picking up a little bit since they're find out they're going to keep Greece on the market, which is doing pretty good. But how it's going to tie all together is in the U.S. market. The U.S. market is a little high right now. I mean, punching high, all the other good stuff. The Federal Reserve Board, I know I said that all backwards. I did say it right. The Federal Reserve's chairman of the board, Jane Yellen, she just out of the blue just started talking for no reason. I don't know why. But now the blue started talking for no reason. But, she kind of gave hints before her meeting yesterday. She spoke at I think it was a college somewhere in Ohio. She said, yes, I definitely see as a possibility we need to raise interest rates this year. So why we're raising interest rates this year? Why does she want to raise interest rates? You got to listen to the tone, right? The last time she said, hey, well, we're going to look to see if it's a good opportunity. But all of a sudden, something happened. She got some type of information. She feels firm enough that, hey, we need to raise interest rate. And why does she get so firm right in front of earnings season? She knows something that we don't know. She knows that unemployment is rated low. She knows that this is going to be a great earnings season, that the economy is doing good, the economy is stable enough to have some type of interest rates. That's why she's raising it. Now, how can you invest in this? We're right in the earnings season. We just had Netflix and Intel Inc. release their earnings. I think the Dow Jones is going to go up a little bit more. I think it's going to get a little powerful. But as she speaks, and as if people raise these interest rates, the market is going to cool off. That's the whole point of raising the interest rates, to cool off the market. Hey, the market is too damn high. Remember the guy who ran in New York for mayor that said the rent is too damn high? That's what Jane Yellen is saying. The market is too damn high. It's time to raise these interest rates a little bit to slow this market down. And when this happens, of course, the dollar is very strong right now. It'll cut back the dollar a little bit. It's going to cut back the equity market, which is the stocks and stuff. And then, Europe is going to start to do well. Watch. The U.S. market is going to kind of start to cool off, and Europe is going to start to do good, and China's going to start to do good. Y'all going to be like, man, that guy's a genius. How did he know that was going to happen? But yes, it's going to happen. But you can position yourself in, hey, when China crashes, go grab some over there. When right now Greece is still a good little look to go out there and grab you some Greece. And Europe right now, the euro is not doing so well. Grab you some euro, and then bet against the dollar, bet against the market itself, the Dow Jones. By buying puts on the Dow Jones, you can bet against the dollar by getting some ETNs, and grabbing a couple stocks out there that are paying 4 or 5% dividends in China. So you're getting those dividends. When the market is doing crappy, you collect them dividend check. And also with these other ones out in Greece, all these other places. So that kind of wraps up what's going on today in the market itself. Netflix just did its earnings. It just beat Intel Inc. Just beat, not beat. They only beat, they kind of rose up a good bit. But we got more to come. Google is going after the market today. And until the next time, you guys be safe.